Forget what you think you know about pregnancy and postpartum. This is the real shit that nobody tells you, but I will. I'm Jess. I'm a mom of 4, and I worked in tech for a long time and realized that studying all this data and patterns was something that had been overlooked in motherhood. So I looked at all of the trends and data, what was happening in pregnancy and postpartum, and realized that my doctor had never told me any of this. And I learned too much the hard way. I'm someone who always knew I wanted to be a mother, but then once it actually started feeling real, I was terrified. I felt so unprepared, but everyone else seemed to be completely comfortable with the weird things that happen in pregnancy. And I was just silently awkward and anxious all the time. So I started Mother Me because I wanted women to feel more seen through the process. I felt invisible in my first 2 pregnancies, and I was terrified to the point that I didn't want to have any more kids. Not because I didn't want the outcome of another baby, but because I hated the process of pregnancy and postpartum. So I started to look at what would need to change in order for me to love this experience. And that was something at Google. We always flipped stats on their head. So what would need to change in order for this to be true? And I did what I did at Google. I looked at the data and I found that 90% of moms felt unprepared for the reality of postpartum. That's like everyone. But again, that told me 10% of women knew something I didn't know. So that's where I focused my research. What could I learn about people who enjoyed this, who loved it, who felt great and weren't just faking it and saying, I'm fine. That's what I wanted to do, genuinely enjoy it. And I went down the rabbit hole thinking, could I have a 3rd baby? I would only do it if I was sure I would love it. So Mother Me is a maternal wellness platform, which basically just means that the process of pregnancy and postpartum is all about you, the mom. In my experience having 4 kids, I felt invisible throughout my doctor's appointments, even everyone, strangers coming up and touching the belly. Oh my God, the baby, the baby, the baby. Very few people asking me genuinely, how are you, the mom? So Mother Me is really named to be a call to action to take care of me, the mom. To be a mother as a verb means to protect and to shield somebody from any harm. And I felt that as the woman going through the pregnancy, that's what I needed. I needed the protection. I needed to be taken care of just as much as the baby inside me growing. So I created Mother Me to help pregnant women get the information they need about our brains, our bodies, our relationships, and the huge ways that we change and create, honestly, a movement that was mom first, and having a healthy and happy mom is the best thing to create a healthy and happy baby. So I've read a ton of baby books and watched a million videos and read hundreds of medical journals. And the biggest thing that I felt was missing was kind of like a friend to friend voice to tell me what I needed to know. The baby books are all about the baby. The medical journals are confusing as hell. And getting advice from parents who had babies 30 years ago honestly did not resonate. So this channel is going to be all about giving you a friend in this process. It can be so lonely going through pregnancy and postpartum, and most people don't want to have the real conversation with you when you say you're struggling. They're like, well, at least the baby's okay. No, this is all about you taking care of you and putting the mom at the middle of this whole pregnancy and postpartum journey. So if you feel invisible, if you feel lonely, if you feel like nobody gets it, I hope you find what you're looking for here, because I'm going to be real with you. I've lived it 4 times. I've gone through so much that I learned the hard way, and I want to help moms to be and their partners and their families go through this feeling. Like, this can be fun. It is scary, but it can be great, and you don't have to do it alone. So think of me as your big sister who has done all the research, learned the hard way. I've been the guinea pig so that you can feel way more relaxed and enjoy this experience. I'm starting a series that's going to be all things pregnancy, postpartum, and motherhood, and it's going to break down a lot of these overwhelming topics, many of which you probably don't even know that you need to know. And it's going to be the science and data behind it, but also the real world things you can do now in pregnancy or in postpartum to have a better experience. I'm going to walk you through what happens when you're pregnant. What are those doctor's appointments that you need to go through? How do you find the right prenatals for you? All of the questions that you're going to be asking yourself and Googling and researching, I'm going to give you the real talk to save you the time and honestly make sure you're getting quality information, because I've done all that research already. So we're going to be launching episodes on a regular basis so that you can keep coming back to this channel to find everything you need throughout your pregnancy and postpartum journey. I'd love for you to share where you are in your journey in the comments. Is this your first baby? Are you trying to conceive? Are you on your 3rd pregnancy and you've hated the experience so far? are? Are you thinking about having a family one day? Tell me in the comments so that I can make more content for you. If this sounds like something you'd enjoy, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss an episode. I can't wait to talk more pregnancy and postpartum with you, and I'll see you in our first episode.